Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. Time for another ASX daily rundown. I would call this a pretty boring day. I think the market agrees with me. The market is supposed to be closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 second according to market index. ASX is closed. Local time is 3:11 p.m. And before I refresh this particular page, nothing much happened on the ASX today. Everything was up slightly, or the small orders down slightly, and that really is fairly similar to what I saw in the announcements today. Fairly boring day in announcement land. Not many interesting announcements. There were a few, but even though has been quite a boring day in terms of announcements, there were a few interesting stories going on today. The saga between Superloop and Aussie Broadband continues. I'll talk about that later in the video. But before we have, in fact, let's refresh this so we see how the market has performed. Looks like it hasn't refreshed just yet. So let's have a look at the announcements, not the announcements, the comments you left on my previous video that I released on the 15th of March. Go down to the bottom. We're at the bottom right now. And a couple of nice comments, spelling my name completely wrong, mixing up the N and the E. My name is not Kempy. My name is Kneppy or Nepp. And the first legitimate, when I say legitimate, every comment is legitimate, but the first question is from Blacktop Images. What's your take on Helia, HLI? What is happening with the drop? I have no idea about this company. Something to do with mortgage insurance or something like that. I think it's mortgage insurance. I could be wrong. And I did notice the share price was in a beautiful uptrend and no longer in an uptrend. And really, you can see a beautiful uptrend from February of last year. Share price was 280, and share price rose to 490, and then all of a sudden, share price took a dive just before the company released their full year results. I'm pretty sure it's full year results, not half year results for this company. And then it's really interesting because if I remember correctly, on the day they released their results, share price actually went up 7.8%. Yeah, and then the next day, share price fell 10%. Not sure what's going on there, whether it's a delayed reaction from the market or possibly a broker put out a negative report on their their full year results, or there was a downgrade from a broker. I'm not sure. I don't really follow this company too closely. And the other big drop we saw was on the 7th of March. I'm pretty sure the company went ex-dividend on that day. That's why share price fell 13.9%. And I'm pretty sure this company has a pretty big dividend yield. We can confirm that. Want to go trading index or trading view. Getting market index and trading view mixed up, saying trading index. Dividend yield of 16.2%. That's a real dividend yield. If that is real, this company would be probably a screaming buy right now. But there could be a dividend trap. There could be some reason why the dividend yield is so high. Same thing could have been said last year. You notice a similar pattern. Share price rallied on the release of their full year results and then fell back for 15% when they went ex-dividend on the 9th of March. And then the share price rallied. I'm not sure what's going on here with Helia Group. Let's have a look at if the company's released any price-sensitive announcements recently. Let's have a look. Nothing. Last price-sensitive announcements was the full year results on the 27th of February. They're doing a buyback. So the management thinks the company is cheap. That's the only reason a company should be doing a buyback. If they think, or management thinks the company is really good value. If the company is not good value, then they should not be doing a buyback. So hopefully that's what they're doing. Markup, $1.1 billion. P ratio 4.4. Well, I'm going to have a closer look at this company. This could be just like a dividend yield play. I don't know. It's something really interesting. Oh, formerly Genworth Mortgage Insurance. Yeah, I actually know this company a little bit better than I think. They've just changed the name. Provider of lenders mortgage insurance. What is happening? If you have any idea what's happening with Helia right now, why the share price has dropped, why this company has a really good dividend and a really good dividend yield, can you please just tell me? Now let's have a look at the dividend history. Was on that page before I changed it. And this is the dividend history. So last 2 years, this company has provided their shareholders with a pretty big dividend. Before that, dividend was falling from 2015 to 2021. That could be a reason. We could also always have a look at this. Helia. Go to Ticker. Helia. Where's Helia? HLI. There we go. All I'm going to do is just have a look. I don't want to see the chart. I'm just going to have a look at financials. I just want to see if there's anything dodgy going on with the history of this company. We'll look at the half-yearly numbers. Oh, come on. Just take your time. Sometimes I can be a little bit impatient. Put me up there. All right. So not much growth in revenue, although there was a massive jump in revenue here. I'm not sure what's going on. And let's just have a look at income. If I can find it here. Net income. This company has a pretty good profit margin. So revenue of 260 million. This is the last half year, and profit of 127 million. Really nice margins, and those margins have been around for the last 2.5 years. So probably a company I want to delve a little bit more deeply into. Why has the share price fallen? Why does a company have a really good dividend yield and a dividend? Is this just short term? I have no idea. If you do know, again, just leave your thoughts in the comment section of this video. John Om, love your stuff, Big Neps. Thank you. I'm going to like all these. Hi, Kneppy. As far as ABB goes, what do you think about the fact that Origin might now be interested in a Superloop takeover with Aussie Broadband? I think that takeover more than likely is not going to happen after the news today. I should actually mention Jack Su. I reckon because today in US is quadruple witching days for options. Australian market is selling due to expected volatility in US. Possibly, I have no idea. Thank you, mate. Appreciate your opinion. Appen, you're welcome. Yeah, that's Superloop, Aussie Broadband story just continues today. And I think Superloop has given Aussie Broadband something like 10 days to sell their shares. Nathan Rush, I saw Aries Resources breaking up its downtrend and got some at 11.5 cents. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I hope some of the copper companies went up today because copper had a really good day. Aries Resources down a little bit. Now, I am sort of experimenting with shorter time frames. So this is the 15-minute chart, and there was a breakout, a pretty good breakout, just on the 15-minute chart at around 9 cents. If you just look at different time frames, I'd probably look at 15 minutes, maybe an hour for these short-term breakouts. I'm not sure if that is what I would trade, but the 15 minutes, I've just been playing with 15 minutes, and that has actually shown some good breakouts. And this was a really good breakout for Aries Resources. Back on the 23rd of February, around about 9 cents, and the share price has gone higher since then. So Aries Resources did not go up today, which is understandable because they had a really good day on Friday. So I'm hoping my copper company went up today. So two really good days for Aries Resources. The company I own is Hillgrove. Yeah, that's understandable. They had a really bad, I don't understand. They went down 6% on the Friday after up 12% the previous day. Now, this company did do a capital raising recently, and I might be being a little bit too harsh on management by saying it was bad. I do think it was a badly timed capital raising because they should have raised capital when the share price got above 9 cents, and they raised capital when the share price got below 7 cents. And that's a big difference. It's more dilutive to shareholders. Pretty good volume coming in. And the whole reason why I don't think the share price rallied or has rallied as much as it could is just because this capital raising has increased the negative sentiment in the company, even though the company has just gone to production. And that's the whole reason I bought. The other couple of copper companies, we have Sandfire. I would assume the share price went up today, up 2.9%. Actually, just look through this because Market Index and TradingView have not upgraded yet, 2.5%. Another one is, I always get this one mixed up, 29 metals. I know it's got 29 in it, and down at 6%. So a fair bit of differences in the different copper companies, even though copper had a really good day last week. Down a bit on open trading today, but copper has broken out. Looks really good. So congratulations if you bought Aries Resources at 11.5 cents. But really, if you're looking at the shorter time frames, the breakout occurred about 9 cents. Jack's Facts. I have a very similar trading style to you, loving all these high quality companies at bargain prices. Do you have, I'm not sure if they're all bargain prices. I would maybe argue about that. Do you have separate accounts for different portfolios for tax reasons? And do you do your own taxes or get someone else to do? Please have a squeeze at Stealth Group Holdings. I actually own Stealth Group. I'm super bullish long term. Also, I've migrated over from crypto. Can be super profitable, but also super volatile. Yep. That Bitcoin chart scares me. Yeah, I can understand that. When everyone else expects something to happen in crypto, opposite usually happens. I feel like there will be massive profit taking before the halving. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's start at the beginning of the first question. Do you have a separate account for different portfolios for tax reasons? And this is something I've been thinking about. So I have a super fund or super account, and I trade companies in that super account. And I'm thinking that should be for my high quality companies, and just leave it at that. So that's where I hold all the big companies that I like in the world, even some of the smaller big companies I like, not smaller big, all the smaller companies I like. So we're talking about high quality companies in my super fund portfolio. And that way I don't have to really look at that portfolio all that often. So at this point in time, most of my high quality companies are in that portfolio, and I've designed it like that over the past year. And my other account, I have two accounts, Self Wealth and Superhero. I have a few companies in Self Wealth, but most of my trading is now in Superhero. Free fees, no fees for American trading there, and $95 American Australian trading. And I am transitioning that to be my trading portfolio. So, in a way, yes, I'm going to have separate accounts for my different portfolios. Do you do any taxes? Yes. Although it's going to get a little bit more complicated because I'm trading a little bit more than I used to. And have a squeeze at Stealth Group Holdings. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call Stealth Group Group Holdings a high quality company. Has a market about 25 million last time I looked. 24.5 million according to TradingView. Chart looks actually really good. So this little share price rise back on the 16th of February. The company actually did a presentation on that day, and it did cause some questions from the ASX because they actually provided the half-year results, I believe, if I remember correctly, in that presentation. That's why the share price rallied 20% on that day on pretty good volume, and the market just liked it. Now, again, I'll not call this company high quality, but the value of the company is really small, $25 million, 25 million cap. And one of the reasons I do like this company is they are thinking about the future. They do have goals for the future. And I really like when management have goals for the future. I can't remember some of the goals, but it's in terms of revenue, and they really want to increase the revenue. This company has, so for the last, actually, we'll do this in semi-annual. So this company has revenue in the half year of about $56 million and small profit, so really small margins. Those margins should increase over time as they get a little bit bigger. The chart looks really good. Now, maybe I should have Stealth Group in my trading portfolio, technical portfolio, because I did bought just because there was a breakout here. One thing I do like about the company is increasing volume. You can probably see increasing volume if you look at the weekly chart. So ignore this period between the middle of 2020 and the middle of 2022 when there was really good volume as well. That was just overall exuberance in the market. Then the company saw really low volume from the middle of 2022 all the way through to about the middle of last year. And then we started to see increasing volume. So that's a good sign moving forward. And that increasing volume coincides with the share price increasing as well. So a really nice looking chart for Stealth Group. And what we're seeing now with the share price is just a little bit of a pause, share price going sideways. So definitely a potential long-term hold for this company. And it's just mainly on value grounds. I think this company, put it this way, the risk reward is not symmetric. It's really swayed towards the reward end because how much downside are you going to get with this company that is profitable and increasing their revenue? It's not much of a downside. So there is pretty big upside potential for this company. So it's all about risk reward and what is the risk reward swayed towards. In Stealth Group, it's all towards the reward. That's the main reason I'm continuing to hold this company, even though originally I bought this as a trade back in September, October last year. So thank you, Jax Fox. John Channel 449. What about chart of Coopers and Lot? Try to remember these names. Lotus. I'm going to say Lotus. I have no idea. Pretty sure COE is Cooper. Cooper Energy, yes. Company I've never. Ooh, okay. Okay, without knowing what this company has, any news flow. So let's have a look at the news flow. announcements. The last announcement the company has released was their half-year results on the 27th of February. Let's see if that coincides with the running up of the share price. Not really. There it is. It started sort of before that. So even if this company didn't release any price-sensitive announcements, quarter report, 23rd of January, BMG update on the 22nd of January, and that was before. So we need to see if they released anything around the middle of December. Middle of December, nothing. So this is a case where the sentiment in the company just changed for some reason. Not big volume coming through. So you can see the share price started to move up without massive volume. That can be a concern. And there's a nice little correction. And now we have seen a higher high. So share price is now moving into an uptrend. Some good volume coming in, particularly the last week or so of trading as the share price takes off. That's really healthy. I'd love to see now the share price pull back a little bit or either go sideways. That will be really healthy. I have no idea what's the market cap of this company. 528 million. So this is a pretty big company with revenue just going sideways. So there is a reason why the market is starting to like this company. I have no idea, but the chart looks pretty bullish right now. Share price has increased from 10 cents, so it's more than doubled or about doubled from December to now. So yeah, nice looking chart for Cooper Energy. Next thing I want to do is just look at the weekly chart. So you can get a sort of a different view when you look at the weekly chart. So a nice run up in the share price, but the share price has been a long-term downtrend since the end of 2019. Share price has fallen from 60 cents down to 10 cents at the low and now 20 cents. So you get a little bit of a different perspective when you look at the weekly chart, but still the share price is at more than a 1 year high. So that is another thing going for it. So it looks pretty good on the daily chart. And the weekly chart looks not as strong, but possibly the longer term downtrend is trying to come to an end. The only thing I'd like to see is this change in sentiment and change in trend in share price just coincide with some really good positive financial news from the company. Other company is Lotus. I should know this company. I do know the ticker code, Lotus Resources. Yeah. This chart looks pretty good as well. This chart looks, is this a uranium? I want to say uranium. Uranium, yeah. Okay. This chart looks really nice. So funny enough, uranium has been pulling back, yet Lotus Resources keeps going higher. So whenever you see the company share price moving in the opposite direction of the underlying commodity that they're mining or exploring for, that's actually unusual. And that's a pretty good sign that something is happening with the company. This is a nice looking chart for Lotus. So really big volume coming through. On one day, that was Friday. That could be just a cross trade. But even if you take away that day, some really good volume as the share price turned into this uptrend. That's exactly what you want to see. Look at the weekly chart. We have to zoom a little bit in. So yeah, in fact, I put a line here for Lotus going back 2021, 2022. So there was a developing uptrend. The uptrend was broken, and now another developing uptrend. So it looks like, look at the volume, really good volume coming in the last few months. So Lotus Resources looks pretty bullish right now. And you can see a couple of little dips. There's a nice little dip here, another nice little by the dip here as well. So share price is at a long-term high. Last night share price was 40 cents, was way back in 2022. So we're talking about a 2-year high for Lotus. Now we can get on looking at some of the interesting announcements that were released today, and there wasn't many at all. I'm going to update this. 105 events. Seems like there were way less than that because nothing exciting was released. And nothing has been released since Sovereign Cloud Holdings announced a strategic acquisition and equity raising. I don't know anything about this company. Maybe we can have a look at the strategic acquisition equity raising. I reckon it's lithium, or maybe it's uranium. Let's do it right now. Or maybe it's something to do with AI. Let's have a look. So AI, uranium, lithium. Oh, looks like it's to do with cybersecurity. 3 strategically aligned acquisitions with the combined business focused on capital light, diversified cybersecurity and cloud solution offering with a national footprint. MergeCo, the combined business forecast to achieve EBITDA of 4.7 million on financial year 25 revenue of 36.6 million with transition to positive monthly operating cash flow in the first half of financial year 25. I wonder if this company was sort of like a shell. I can tell if it's a shell right now. So as a shell is just like a company that has done all the ASX stuff. It's ready there for another company to come in and do a reverse listing because it's got all the sort of like the shell, and a company has to come in and fill that shell. So instead of doing or going through the IPO process, you can just do a reverse listing. So maybe that's what's happening with Sovereign. Let's have a look if this was a reverse listing, reverse takeover. We can just have a look at the last Appendix 4C. Let's see what they mentioned here. No, it looks like it's complementary to the business they have. So complementary to the business. I thought this might have been a backdoor listing. Completely wrong because I don't know anything about Sovereign Cloud Holdings. I suppose what they do is in the name, cloud. It didn't even hit me. So I got information technology there. So I wonder if the market likes it. Hasn't started trading again. Looks like the share price has been a long-term downtrend. So this could be a really interesting, I wouldn't say it's a reverse takeover, but maybe this merge co is going to be the biggest of, it's going to be bigger than the original company. So this is sort of like a reverse listing, that sort of thing. The chart looks awful at the moment. Share price has fallen from 65 cents down to 4.1 cents in the last 2.5 years. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to the start of the day. And I'm telling you, nothing happened. I can't remember any announcements that really drew my interest. Starting off with Contact Energy, February 2024 operating report. I don't look at those announcements. And then I just went through everything and nothing piqued my interest. Mineral Resources develop a lithium processing hub, but that's okay. I suppose share price might have gone up a little bit. Yeah, not much. Wasn't exciting. So what I'm doing here is looking for a sort of announcement that can lead to a breakout, the share price breaking out of a company. So trading update, profit upgrade, profit downgrade, or something that caused an excitement in the market. And I didn't see anything that really piqued my interest at all here. Now, I could be wrong, and that's one of the reasons I go to the best performing companies of the day and the worst performing companies as well. Looks like A1N and Southern Cross Media going through a takeover. I don't care about those companies at all. Bubs Australia, growth continues at pace. Share price rallied, but Bub has been in a pretty big or long downtrend for a while. I doubt this would be cause to get too excited just yet. And it's rallied the last 5 trading days on pretty big volume, but we saw this back in July last year. You can see this rally, and that rally petered out. So we need to see sustained rally, but it is rallying after a consolidation period. But the last time share price was this high was late November. So we're only talking about a 3-month high in the share price. I'm not excited with that. But good volume coming through the last 2 days. Mineral Resources again, binding heads of agreement for the sale of Lake Johnston. Dorvassi adds real-time. I wonder if this company did well today because they put AI in the title of the announcement. I actually did notice that. Adds real-time facial tracking to AI-powered platform. Let's see how they did. Up 26.7%. It was up way more at the start of the day. So again, the retail investors got really excited around this announcement because it had AI in the title, and they sold out. So the market sold off. TVI, it's not even showing up in TradingView. What was it? Dorvassi. DVL. Oh, got the ticker code wrong. Oh yeah, just look at this one-day candlestick. Share price went to a high of 3.2 cents. Share price closed at 1.9 cents. Really big volume, but this is a really bearish one-day candlestick. Even though share price increased 27%, look at this one-day candlestick. Massive shadow above the main body. That's telling there's a lot of selling pressure, and a lot of selling came on the market and not enough demand to meet those selling. And probably one of the main reasons all the selling is the share price of this company was probably much higher in the past. Yeah, long in the past, but that was enough for those shareholders who have been in this company a long, long time to see the opportunity to get out. and maybe break even. And that's why the share price fell from 3.2 cents from the high to 1.9 cents. Even if you look at the 15-minute chart, you probably see, actually, let's have a look at the 5-minute chart. You'll see this, the high in the day was probably in the first 5 minutes. Oh, almost. The high in the day was in the first 10 minutes and then selling. Not enough demand. And even though the volume dried off, you can see the volume going down. That's a sign, if the share price decreases, that there is just too much selling, too much supply of shares on the market, and not enough demand. So I'm not really interested in diversity. They had the right word or the right letters in the announcement, but yeah, not for me. Doesn't get me excited. Update on Superloop shareholding. Did I talk about this earlier? So Aussie Broadband bought too many shares. They increased the shareholding in Superloop to 19.9%. And Superloop says, based off our law thingy, what do they call it? I forget what they call it. Based off our legal something, our somewhere in here. Based off something, you can't have that many. Constitution, that's the word. Under the Constitution of Superloop, there are certain provisions regarding the acquisition of Superloop shares which derive from regulatory requirements relating to the Singapore facilities base operations. And for some reason, Superloop went well above that requirement. So they bought way too many shares, and the interest of 19.9% was way too much. So they said here specifically the Superloop Constitution provides that a person must not alone altogether with associates control 12% or more, but less than 30% or 30% or more of the voting power in Superloop. So they have been told, Aussie Broadband have been told by Superloop, decrease or sell your shares. And that's probably one of the reasons why there was a little bit of pressure on the Superloop share price today. Down at 6.3%. I should have sold on open. I was thinking about that. Funnily enough, I wonder if Aussie Broadband went up. This does not completely surprise me. This was not overly negative for Aussie Broadband, but there was a little bit of selling during the day. Share price went to a low of 338. So again, I think portions of the market panicked in regards to this announcement, and they sold off. Let's have a look at the 5-minute chart. More than likely, it's in the first. Where are we? There we are. Yeah, they sold off within the first hour or so, and then nice recovery in the share price from about 11:15. So 2 hours after trading began, the share price started to recover. So again, a little bit of panic from retail investors more than likely. And really interesting, there's a really nice support level for Aussie Broadband around about 340. And you can see, there it is. Beautiful support level right on 340. Share price opened at 340 on 14th of March, and it's now touched 341 and was touching 340 for the first 2 hours of trading today. So 340 is a price for Aussie Broadband. If it falls below that, I probably will take my profits. No, not profits in my trading portion of this company because I bought at 351, share price 357. But the very fact the share price has remained above 340 over the last 3 trading days is really positive, and some big volume coming through. So I'm overall very bullish on the long-term future of Aussie Broadband. So I have a long-term holding in this company. I'm also trading Aussie Broadband. Now, technically, I probably should have sold out. Yeah, I probably should sell out and put my money to something else, because what happened on the Thursday, losing Origin, share price falling 18%, in my opinion, is an automatic sell. Don't expect the share price to recover too quickly. So probably should take my profits, my 6 cents profits, and find another play. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about when it comes to Superloop and Aussie Broadband. I am thinking of selling out of my trading position in Superloop. Just wait to see how trading begins tomorrow. Ventura Health, burst supply of psilocybin. Nothing. Metarock, binding agreement to sell Bar for 65 million. This is interesting because Metarock did enter my scans the other day. Yeah, this is really interesting. So Metarock came up on my scans. You can see share price consolidating for about a year. Yeah, share price went sideways for a year for this company, and we started to see the share price starting to increase over the past month or so. Our share price got to 20 cents, and then there was this announcement. Some really big volume coming in. Share price actually did fall, even though it rose to 10% of the day. Share price went to a high of 24 cents. Markup of the company is 186 million. They have extra money in the... No, markup 58 million. Wait. According to this, markup's 58 million. The company is selling something for 65 million. Just take your time, Comsec. Sell pie bar to Thiess. Is that it pronounced Thiess? Pretty sure that's German or something like that. Thiess, for 65 million on an enterprise value basis. Estimate net proceeds to Amerirock of approximately 36.3 million after deducting pie bars outstanding. Okay, that's why. Okay. An estimated transaction cost, headline purchase price, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this did enter my radar the other day just because of what the chart showed me, and then this happened. This could be a little sneaky buy. I'm a little bit concerned there was a little bit of selling during the day, though. A little bit of selling in Metarock, but I definitely am going to put this in my buy watch list. Buy. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy, but just have a look at it over the next few days. Metarock. I've never had a look at that company. I don't even know what they do. Let's have a look. Trading view. What does Metarock do? Pretty sure they're mining services, something like that. It says industrial services, engineering, construction. Engages in provision of contracting services to the mining sector. It operates through the Mastermind and Mastertech business segments. Let's have a look at the revenue and that sort of thing. Revenue consistently above $200 million, but fairly barely profitable, but most years loss-making. So probably a really low-quality company with low margins, but they now have a little bit extra cash on hand, and just the chart intrigues me after the share price has been a long-term downtrend. Look at that downtrend. Share price has fallen from over $1 down to what the share price is now, 21 cents. So this could be a turnaround story. This could be a breakout for Metarock. Definitely a company I'll be looking at to see what happens on open tomorrow. Metarock. Put it on your watch list. May not be the company for you. I was going to try to keep this video to 20 minutes. That's not going to happen. I'm probably well over 20 minutes by now. I think about 30 minutes. Anything else? PP Group, unmarketable, that's not interesting. Aussie Broadband, Superloop directs Aussie Broadband to dispose of shares. Aussie Broadband, Superloop are really showing their might here, their strength, telling another company what to do. Quite a few companies suspension from quotation. Why is that? Did they not release something? Yep, they haven't released something. Okay. And it wasn't 10 companies, it was just 3 companies tripled. The announcement was there triple time. So Kunico 1, 2, 3 times. I hate this. It sometimes does that. It just shows the same announcement 3 times over. That's why it seems like there was a lot of companies suspended, but there's not. Okay, nothing else that piques my interest here. Proteomics, ProMarker, D, US commercialization, and ProMarker pipeline update. Oop, that must have been negative, down 24%. Sovereign Cloud Holdings went into a trading halt. We understand why now. And anything after trading began? Nothing that I can see. Money Me expands funding capacity. No. Continuation of suspension from quotation. A lithium company, a share price of 4.1 cent. Markup of $90,000. Oh, geez. Okay, let's have a look at the best performing companies today and the worst performing companies via market index. Let's have a look at what the market did today. I'll just refresh this. So slightly up, ASX 200 up 7%. Not up 7%. It was up 7%. My portfolio would have been looking pretty good. 0.7%. No, not even that. 0.07%. All odds flat. We'll say flat. Small odds down slightly. All tech up. Let's have a look at the different sectors. Financials up. Oh, that's good. That could be good for my 2 banks that I want to sell eventually. ASX 200 banks up 0.68%. Real estate down 1.9%. What happened there? The REITs must have had a pretty bad day. Gold down 0.33%. So a little bit of weakness in gold, but really good strength in the banks. That's probably why the ASX was flat, was because the banks actually lifted up our indices today. Even though energy down, real estate down, gold down as well. So let's have a look at the stock scans, not the Scott stands. Shall we start with the gainers? Let's have a look at the top gainers by ADX Energy up 100%. I did go past their announcement. I actually did see that. About 9:30 or something. Let's see how good my memory is. 9:27 a.m. There we go. Okay. Welch 1 well discovers condensate rich gas. Marked it like it. I don't even have to open that announcement up. I probably wouldn't understand much of it, but the market liked it. That's the most important thing. But did we see any selling? That's the other most important thing. If the share price was up 200% at one point, it only being up 100% would actually be fairly bearish. Whoa, that's a pretty good countersec. Share price closed at the high. That's exactly what you want to see. This is a bullish move. And in fact, the share price opened at 11.5 cents. So this didn't open up higher from the previous trading day. This is also unusual. There's no gap up on open. So it sort of took the market a long time to digest this information. So maybe the information was fairly strong. This is definitely one I'm going to put on my watch list. I'm going to put in the buy as well. Buys are companies I look at during the trading day. My daily is companies I look at the end of the trading day. So this buy is an unusual trading list that I've just started because sometimes I want to have a look at how companies are performing during the day. And if ADX Energy doesn't really sell off tomorrow, that would be pretty bullish. Massive volume coming in as well. Let's have a look at the weekly chart for ADX Energy. We are talking about a long-term high. Last time share price was this high was way back in 2013, or maybe not an all-time high, but this looks pretty good. So the market likes ADX Energy. A really good day, nice turnover. Marley Spoon was up, but very low turnover. Then we have Dorvasi. I've already talked about that. Any other companies I'm interested here? Mostly small cap companies. So let's have a look at by market cap. Mercury, Pacific Group, don't care. Burgundy, Diamond Mines. We have Calix, nice little rebound for Calix. Share price has been a downtrend. I released a video on Calix. Was it on Saturday? So maybe some people watched my video and bought some Calix shares. I have no idea. Probably not. Appen, another interesting day for Appen. So Appen, I'd say, is still a plaything for the day traders. Let's have a look at Appen, and we'll have a look at the 5-minute chart. Nothing much in the 5-minute chart. I suppose the downtrend, the short, very short term downtrend has come to an end. Share price did reach a high of 86 cents today, closed at 84 cents. So nothing too interesting right there. If you have a look at the daily chart, I'd say fairly low volume today. Yeah, really low volume today compared to previous days. That could be a good sign moving forward. If you see volume go down again tomorrow and share price really does nothing, that could be a sign maybe to get in as a trader. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe right now. Other companies had a good day today that have a high market cap. Nothing much. Hillgrove. Metro Mining up 10.35% to 3.2 cents. Bubs, there's Bubs and ADX Energy. And that's it for companies with a market cap above 100 million. Other than that, nothing to be interested. So let's have a look at the top losers. Osteopore. Okay, this is actually interesting. Osteopore says the market cap is 681.689 TH. So more than likely this company wasn't a trading high. I don't understand that. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to talk about this right now. I don't know why the share price is down a lot today. It might be a reason, but let's have a look at the announcements. Actually, let's have a look at the trade history for this company. You'll notice something really interesting. So on the 5th of March, the share price of this company, let's just zoom in a little bit. 5th of March, the share price of this company rose 1,915%. I actually did see this. I was like, oh, that's a pretty big rise. That's wrong. Company went through a share consolidation, and share consolidation was 15-1. So that means 1,500. So the share price went from 3.2 cents. So what's 15 times 3.2? 48 cents. So share price actually did open up higher than the share consolidation. And then you notice what's happened. the last 3 trading days before today, share price dropped. In fact, the last 4 days, share price dropped in consecutive days, 6%, 15%, 31%, 17%, and then today, 78%. Share price has dropped from 65 cents to 6.6%. Share price has dropped 90% in 5 trading days. That piqued my interest because initially this piqued my interest. So I saw this the other day and this piqued my interest. And then I noticed the company did a capital raising on the 13th of March. This might be the weirdest capital raising, the most bizarre capital raising. And if I was a shareholder of this company before this capital raising, I would be absolutely peeved off with management. I would think this is possibly the worst capital raising in the history of mankind. And you'll understand in a second why this might be the worst capital raising in the history of mankind in a second. Okay, so Osteopore, don't even know what they do. I'm assuming they are a health company trying to fix osteoporosis. Okay. So I'm forgetting which announcement I want to. So ASX entitlement offer to support growth. So the first thing I do when there is a capital raising is the discount, or possibly even a premium. So this is a 10-for-1 renounceable pro rata entitlement offer to raise approximately $3 million. So share price roughly 50 cents or something like that. So maybe they're raising 6 million more shares. And then the second line, I thought I misread this. Entitlement offer to be made at an offer price of 2.9 cents. That's not 29 cents, 2.9 cents. So this announcement was released on the 13th of March. Share price on the 13th of March for this company was 36 cents. The day before was actually 52 cents. 52 cents. Share price 52 cents. And they're raising capital at 2.9 cents. Again, 2.9 cents. And the discount to the share price is mentioned here somewhere. They've also giving anyone who partakes in this capital raising some options. And the discount, here it is. This is the big one. This is the big one. Oh, here we are. A global, this is what the company does. A global leader in 3D printed biomimetic and bioresorbable implants. Okay. Here's the kicker. The entitlement offer price of 2.9 cents, so it's not a misprint, represents a discount of 94.4% to the company's closing share price of 52 cents on the 12th of March. Again, a discount of 94.4%. I sometimes get peeved off when a company does a discount at 20%. 30%, I'd be really peeved off. 40%, I would be ready with my gun. I'm kidding when I say this. Ready with my gun to go to the offices and maybe I shouldn't say that. But this is a 94.4% discount to the closing share price the day before they announced this capital raise. The share price now at 2.9 cents is going towards before when they did the recapitalization. Remember, when they did that, the share price was 3.2 cents. So they're raising money at a share price lower than when their share price was before they did the share consolidation. This is probably the worst capital raising I have ever seen. I would like to see if there's this boggles my mind. When I saw this, I thought I must have been making a mistake. I don't understand why the share price is down 78% because the share price should have sold off on the 13th when the shares started trading again. It only got sold off by 31% on that day. Share price actually, yesterday or on Monday or Friday, share price closed at 30 cents. It opened today at 5.3 cents. Maybe there's a reason behind that. Let's have a reason. Maybe you're entitled to shares only if you're owning shares up until today. That could be a reason why. No, shareholders can trade their rights commencing 15th of March. I'm going to see if the 18th of March is mentioned anywhere here. Today's the 18th of March, yep. Record, there it is. Record date to determine entitlement. So it's a record date. Yeah, that's probably why. It's a record date. That's why the share price got sold off. Yeah, that's understandable now. But still, the worst capital raising, a 94% discount. What the heck are the management thinking? The most important role of management, in my opinion, is capital allocation and what to do with the capital. And this is one of the worst capital decisions I've ever heard. Let's raise capital at a 94% discount. Yeah, what blows my mind? Absolutely blows my mind. Osteopore. Wingara down big, but low volume. Proteomics, remember that there was that announcement from Proteomics down 24.4%. Let's have a look at the share price for Proteomics. I don't know anything about this company. Is it in a downtrend or uptrend? Oh, look at that. Share price was rising before this announcement. There could have been news that this company was going to release some results or something, and the market got a little bit excited. And unfortunately, yeah, share price down today. So that must have been a negative announcement. Nothing else here that I can see that I want to look at. Are a few rare earths down another 14.9%. Let's have a look at that, because they got funding from the government the other day or something, and the share price rallied on that day, and share price rallied a fair bit on that day, 77%. The last 2 trading days, share price has fallen, doesn't seem right, 10%, and then a further 15%. I'd say the share price should be finding some support soonish. Let's have a look at the 5-minute chart. No, share price still in a downtrend. There are a few rare earths, big volume coming through there. Let's have a look by market cap. Weebit Nano down 8.7%. That was interesting. Core Lithium down big again. Close the loop down big. I'm going to have a look at close the loop. That could be interesting because of where the share price is compared to a support level. So the couple of companies I want to look at here. First one is Weebit Nano. I thought the share price was stabilizing. Not a lot of volatility in the share price of this company recently. Let's have a look at the daily chart. Yeah, so we started this. It looked like the share price of this company was trying to get into a range, and the share price just died for some reason today. Don't know why. The other one was close the loop. This share price looked like it just, yeah, some really interesting volatility. Share price looks like it tried to get to 27 cents today, which is a support level for this company. So there was a little bit of buying for close the loop. You can probably see that in the 5-minute chart. Yeah, the share price got down to 27.5 cents. At on open. Is that on open? No, at 2:40 p.m. So an hour and 20 minutes before. No, that's 20 minutes before end of trading. So it does look like there might have been a bit of dumping of shares on the market. Someone panicked. Share price dipped a little bit, and then they dumped on market. High volume coming through. Could be a sneaky bid. I'm going to actually put also close the loop onto my buy. And some of these companies will be taken off the buy watch list fairly quickly. Core Lithium, not even going to look at that. Well-defined downtrend, no end in sight. And that's it for the bad or top losers. Last thing I'm going to look at is or scans, unusual volume. Just to see if there's some unusual volume today. Says Computershare had unusual volume. Don't know about that. Karoon, Telstra. That's not unusual volume. Let's have a look at Telstra. Let's see if Telstra was unusual volume. I'd say it's probably not. No, I don't like these scans. I wouldn't call that unusual volume. Not the biggest fan of that scan in market index. Although, actually, I'm looking at 5-minute charts. Look at the daily chart. What the hell are they talking about? It's a really low volume today. Maybe that's what they mean by unusual volume, really low volume. For me, unusual volume is really high volume. We define unusual volume as 50% above the daily average day. Yeah, that's right. But Telstra had really low volume. Volume 15 million shares. If we just have a look at this trade history, the last 3 trading days, it's been through to quadruple 15 million shares. So that scan is bad. Don't think I'll be looking at an unusual volume scan in market index anymore. Anyway, that's all I've got for today's video. Went a little bit longer than I thought, about 40 minutes or maybe 50 minutes. I want to keep this video to about 20 to 30 minutes. There will be some days I have to do a really short video, a daily rundown video, because I'm working. I still have to work 12-hour shifts some days, not often, but some days. And I still want to come home and then do this video, but those videos would have to be fairly short. So if you do have a comment that you want me to talk about or question you want me to discuss in the next video, leave that in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.